And good morning, good evening, or good night. We're here at the Eagles Nest. We're on all day. I'm your host, Brett Gendra.
And I'm Keith Wines.
Well, women's gymnastics held their senior meet a few weeks ago, right before championship season. Would they head into championship season on fire?
The men's baseball team was in New Jersey for the first weekend in March. Could they blast some balls out of the ballpark and into the Jersey Shore?
And we're going to take a look at some women's lacrosse, and we're going to talk some women's lacrosse with our special guest later on the program.
All this and more here on the Eagles Nest.
Well, just 4 weeks ago, Brockport Women's Gymnastics got the lowest team score of the season, but it was able to rebound the following week against Cortland, and they did it hosting Wilson and Rhode Island here at home. It was senior night for the ladies, but it was freshman Olivia Silvestro who stole the show on the vault, scoring a 9.7. It was the highest vault score ever recorded in school history by a freshman at the College of Brockport. She also led the vault team to a school record 4.795, and another young gun who was able to lead the Eagles was junior Elizabeth Levy. She scored a career high in the all-around for a total of 38.475 on the day with a 9.75 on her floor routine. Her effort helped the ladies achieve yet another school record for team score on the day as they defeated Wilson 190.8 to 135.1 and Rhode Island 190.8 to 171.475. The ladies now enter the national championship tournament after the ECACs that took place over spring break, and the national championships are this Friday and Saturday, March 23rd and 24th, right here on the College of Brockport campus.
On March 2nd, the Brockport baseball team played Rutgers Camden in what would prove to be a good one. Junior Jay Coleman scored a run in the first, and senior Corey Booth added another run in the eighth to edge out a 2-1 victory for the Golden Eagles. James Barnadette had a strong pitching performance, going 7 innings, giving up 3 hits, walking 2, and striking out 4 to earn his second win of the season and Brockport's fourth. Brockport Golden Eagles baseball team took on number 3 Keene on March 3rd at Jim Hines Stadium in Union, New Jersey, but Keene was on their game. Brockport couldn't do anything offensively throughout the whole game, despite senior Aaron Tilley's solid 5-inning pitching performance. Tilley gave up 4 runs, 3 which were earned, walked 1, and struck out 3. Corey Booth had the only hit for the Golden Eagles in the 9th inning as Keene went on to win this one 6-0, handing Brockport their first loss of the season.
And Brockport men's lacrosse season has just started to get underway. March 3rd, they headed to Alfred for just their second contest of the season, where they were peppered with shots, being outshot 41-24, but those shots couldn't find the back of the net very often. Corey Banware only allows 3 goals and makes 17 saves to lead the boys to a 10-3 win as Riley Austin led the way on Brockport's surging offense with 3 goals and 1 assist. Jesse Elliott would also net 3 goals.
The men's and women's track and field teams participated in the ECAC Championships on March 2nd and 3rd at the Armory in New York City. For the men's, senior Kevin Wardinger set a new school record in the 500-meter dash with a time of 1 minute 6 seconds, 1 minute 6.4 seconds. Fast enough for an 8th place finish. Junior Zach Ferrara set the pole vault record for the 3rd straight meet, clearing 5.01 meters. Ferrara would finish tied for 2nd overall after the 3-way jump off. The men's team finished 22nd overall. For the women, Rachel Malone won 4th place in the 3,000-meter run with a time of 10 minutes and 18 seconds, and her effort would assist the women's to place 23rd at the 2012 Eastern College Athletic Conference Championships. Some good athletics out there, Brett.
No, certainly there are, but right now you guys don't want to go anywhere because we're going to talk more athletics. We're going to talk Golden Eagles lacrosse with Sarah Brown on the program when we return. Hey Brockport sports fans, don't forget to check out some home Brockport sports action as Brockport Women's Gymnastics hosts the NCGA National Championship Tournament here on the Brockport campus. That's this weekend, March 23rd and March 24th at the Tuttle North Gymnasium. And welcome back into the Eagles Nest. Joining me right now on the program, junior from Brockport Women's Lacrosse, Sarah Brown. Sarah, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
All right, thank you for joining us. First off, I want to say that.
Anytime.
And what I really want to say is, you know, you guys are coming off your nice spring break trip in sunny Florida. How'd it go?
Well, Florida's always fun to be able to go down in the sun and the nice weather.
Certainly better than we've had out here in the past.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, we had 2 wins and a loss, but played pretty good.
Now the loss was against St. Lawrence. You guys are going to face them again later in the year, I believe.
No, I don't think we'll.
Okay, then that's incorrect. But you know, you had a tough start in that game, but you came back hard. You know, what's really been the key to that second half offense that you had in that game?
Really, it's just a mental game with us. If we don't come out the first half, we kind of lose it. But then, luckily, we got to come back. So the second half, it didn't look like we were down by much. At one point, we were down by 6 goals and came back. So unfortunately, we didn't have it together in the first half. But the second half, we only lost by 1.
Yeah. Now, being down in Florida, it was kind of the first chance that you got to see some of the freshmen playing in a game. You know, you've seen them in practice for weeks now, but it's really the first time they got a chance to play in an NCAA game. Any of them really surprise you out there?
Definitely Hannah O'Connor in the goal. She just started playing goalie this year, actually, and she made saves that she didn't make in practice and was definitely a surprise. Katie Sullivan, another one of our midfielders, scored a lot of key goals in all the games, and Nina Tassone came up with a really big game against Claremont Mudscripts. And
okay, and all right, and you know, you got some new freshmen in that are you know, being very successful right away, so hopefully that continues and they can build off that. But let's go to something a little bit more obvious. You guys lost your coach, Linda Michelle, who you've had for the past 2 seasons, took you to the postseason twice. Unfortunately, that also didn't work out for you too well, but it was moving the program in the right direction. So how is the new coach, Stephen Wagner, treating you guys as opposed to Linda Michelle? What's the transition like?
We're doing really well with him. He's pushing us hard every day in practice, and you can see from the 2 games that we've gotten wins, and we really like how our play has ended up.
I mean, is there a different style or a different feel with him behind the bench now?
He definitely has us playing a different defense and even offense. But the defense has capitalized on a lot of interceptions and closing out a lot of things that other teams try against us. So it's definitely been for the better.
So would you say he's really a more defensive-minded coach? I mean, in 2001, he was here as the defensive coordinator. The team was ranked 19th in the country in defense at that time. And, I mean, coming off of losing some key players last year, you lost like Massman and your goaltender, Jamie Kaminsky, who are really a big part of your defense. You know, does he really have a defensive-minded style still, or is he kind of a little more balanced now that he's the head coach?
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely balanced. He's really good with the defense, and he knows what the other teams are looking for, and he's been really good with our goalie too, training her to get to where she is now. But with the offense, he's changed it around even there, so it's definitely for the better, I think.
Now, you guys, you got a lot of veteran members in the offense. You've got yourself. You've led the team in scoring for the past 2 seasons. Dana Piriano, she's a senior. You've got senior Karen Bianchi. You really have the offense surging, and our team's starting to really game plan against this offense.
It's really hard because we do have so many different players that can score. So, like, if anyone decides to face guard me or Dana or Karen, there's plenty of girls that can come out and score in the games.
All right, and last but not least, I know you got this date marked on the calendar. How psyched are you guys for Cortland on April 3rd?
Oh, we're getting ready. We always.
It's always a tough one.
Always a tough one.
With place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Thank you very much for joining us, Sarah. For me, for myself, for Keith Wines, And for lovely young Sarah here, I'd like to say thank you for watching the Eagles Nest. We got to say thanks to our fans, to our crew, Kelly Vergeen and Brockport Sports Information. And that'll do it for another edition of the Eagles Nest. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.